No, I have no earthly idea what I'm doing. Other than being very strange, and I don't know.
That's okay. I changed the title of the stream so it's no longer when I stream you stream restream. It now says and all the A bots say we don't need another art stream. I have way
In
too
honor
much
of our
those.
beloved Tina Turner.
Yes.
May she rest in peace.
I have way too much fun with the titles.
Works for me.
What the children say? I learned something interesting about Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
She became a Swiss citizen basically to become a normal person.
She became a Swiss citizen?
Yeah, she moved to Switzerland and became a Swiss citizen.
Hmm.
And she did it because the Swiss people are very private people, and she wanted to be treated like a normal person and not a super celebrity.
You know what? Can't blame her for that.
No, but I thought that was fascinating.
It is fascinating. The people who want public life often realize it is a double edged sword. I think about that because, right now, you and I aren't influencers. We're influencing nobody. However, things could change at some point. And the way fame works, it could happen in an instant. All it needs to happen is one of our streams to go viral.
Yeah,
And it could happen at any moment for any reason. And, you know, not like I expect it to happen, but it could, in theory. And I often think, where would I be on that one? Because really, do I want that? I'm not sure I want that. You know? Fame sounds all good. I really just want to make a living.
yeah,
That's pretty much it. I don't need to be famous. I just want to make a living. Telling stories, finishing this world that I built. That's it. That's. But I think about that. Tina Turner. She just wanted to sing. You know.
yeah. That's what happens with a lot of these guys.
I always think about that too, having worked in movies and television, about the first time that they do a music video. Because the way that those are done are so weird and backwards and strange and alien, you know? And I often think, here are all these poor guys who, they're used to singing until something goes wrong, and then they, oh, we got to back up and redo that track or whatever. And instead, they're like, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to sing the second verse, but don't actually sing it, just mouth it. What? Just mouth it. And then we're going to shoot this other part. We don't need you to sing or do anything. Just sit there and bob your head. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be stuff like that for their entire music video. And I always think of these things. Like, I always think of whenever I'm watching TV shows or whatever, every so often we'll have one of those scenes. And my brain instantly does the, what would this have looked like from the producer or the director's point of view? You know, it's like,
Yeah, they're seeing a lot different view than we are.
right. What was it we were watching the other day? We were watching His Dark Materials, but something about one of these scenes just cracked me up because it was so CGI heavy. So much stuff was going on around the main characters, and it was a super emotional scene, and they were literally supposed they were going to split screen it. So on the left side was going to be character A, and on the right side was going to be character B interacting with one another. However, it required them to be in two different locations for the split screen, which meant that all of a sudden in my brain, I imagined this poor actor having to stand there and go, I love you, to nothing. There's nothing there, you know, and have to do all these emotional scenes, and there's nothing there because they split screened it. And so the other part of it was done in a different part of the world. It's just so. And I know that usually what they will actually do is curtain call the other actor to be there to play off of them in that scene.
Well, you've seen the making of pictures for Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Oh yeah,
where it's like a gun is floating through the air.
right.
It's like how you're Bob Hoskins, and you're having to act to nobody.
Right.
Literally, you're acting to a gun that's flying through the air.
And at that in that part of the time of in year, it was so everything was so new. All the technology was so new that it was all there were no real formidable green screen effects going on, things like that. Instead, they just literally suspended the gun from midair with a fishing wire and moved it along with a marionette.
And you're being told, okay, you're acting to this cartoon character who's standing in front of you holding a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the trippiest of acid trips that you probably ever had.
Yeah. I
Of
mean, I
course, now
totally.
it's more commonplace.
It is, and most modern actors are pretty okay with it at this point.
Well, they better be.
Yeah. But I keep thinking, well, and then you've got the technology that we've got now with the Mandalorian and Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, where they have a big room that's effectively a holodeck, and the whole thing is around them, and they are actually there. You know, and
Yeah.
that's an amazing new thing. You know, they're actually there. But what's being generated on the screens is in forced perspective, which means that as the camera moves, so does the background, so that the perspective stays correct. Which means that you're walking along and all the trees are all of a sudden leaning this way, then they lean that way because the camera swung around you two times. And so you're like, Mer. But yeah, I have these sudden moments where I'm always like, I feel for the actors all of a sudden. I'm like, whoa.
And what they're having to do.
Yep.
I have a bottle brush.
Starting tomorrow, guess who does not actually have to get up until 8:30? Two thumbs in the sky. School is out.
Wow.
Uh, Mariah still has
What
to
are
go.
you going to do with your newfound freedom?
I know. I'm gonna sleep actually, since
I'm
those
going to go to Disney World.
right where I have to watch them argue over who's got a bigger penis, DeSantis or Disney World.
I'm not taking that one. That's
Yeah, we all know DeSantis is interested in people's genitals. It's a thing. Okay,
really
that was
all
a
of the
snarky
bottle
comment.
assets are cost money.
You what?
I'm looking for a bottle pen, you know, a bottle brush.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I thought I had a book pen.
I think I have given her Chang's freckles, so I'll need to make sure I go back into the maquette and change the freckles out because I feel like the pattern is consistently like Chang's.
Is this Alex?
Mm-hmm. And so
Mm.
I'm kind of like, probably shouldn't be the same pattern.
You've also given her a hairstyle very similar to Briggs.
Yeah, no, similar to your characters, I'm not as worried about.
Yeah.
I gave her
Yeah,
the
that was
finger.
the first thing I noticed was she has a very familiar hairstyle over there.
She has a very familiar T-shirt too.
Yes.
I just like the T-shirt. That cracked me up. I think I like the idea that I might actually leave it because it kind of looks like a spaceship or something, but we all know what it really
Yeah.
is. I actually need to move it over. No, I don't need to move it over. It's all right where it is. It's in line with her belly button. That makes some sense.
No, I'm not looking for brush.
Oh, can I teach you a lesson? Oh, it's just after Lower Decks, or just after Strange New World airs in June, will be Lower Decks a little later on in the summer with the other half of the crossover, I think. Either that or the other half of the crossover is going to be um, in the episode, but still, either way. I think the funniest part is that Boimler is they've shown this one little clip, and Spock is standing there in the transporter room, and Boimler and Mariner are on the transporter pads, and Spock goes, "Live long and prosper, Mr. Boimler," and Boimler goes, live." He beams out. That's all he manages. He's faced off with Spock and can't figure what to say. Oh, I'm dying. I never thought I'd be so excited to see a crossover episode of Star Trek, but I am. I'm super excited. But I have also, I thought for sure I was going to hate Lower Decks. And it's turned out to be the best thing ever. And the fact that there's a crossover between Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds. And somebody actually was on one of the forums and was like, he was like, these are the two worst shows that they've shown on now. I thought Discovery was bad and everything, but no, these are worse. And he's like, but the uniforms look good. And I was like, whoa. I don't even know what to say to that. Hey, Sarge. How goes it? Are you back from Estes Park yet? Gotcha. Still good to see you. I was just telling Can that starting tomorrow, I get to sleep until 8:30 now every morning because it's now summertime and I don't have to get up and get that dude in bed or get that dude moving as he often isn't. Aw, good job. That sadly means 1973. Even sadder means that I was 1 year old when your chapter was founded. Once was a time where somebody saying, "Hey, we got 50 years in," meant that I was like, "Oh, I wasn't even alive back then." But now, no, not anymore. It's a fact of life. I found out that the girl that played Natalie in The Facts of Life still does important things, like really good, wholesome things. And you were in junior high. Same thing. Same thing. But yeah, she still does stuff. And there was a picture of her, and she still looks the same. I mean, like, she's got gray hair and stuff, but she still has the same cute little adorable smile, little cherub smile, you know. I was actually very entertained. It was very funny. She's like, you know, whatever. You won 3 awards. Yeah, she really was. She still worked for like a rescue, something. I can't remember what it was. I saw it and I was like, well, that seems logical. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it was, I was like, yeah, that fits. That scans. It was one of those TIL things in Reddit. I had such a crush on what's her name? Dark hair. Um, I can't. I can't. See you later,
Boy, they were out fast.
Joe. Thank you. Uh, I appreciate your assist there, Sarge. I couldn't stop thinking of Blair, and that's all I could think of. And then I was like, oh man, lost it. And then it wouldn't clear. But yeah, Joe, she was my crush on that show. Not Blair. No, she was not my style. She was the classic traditional girl, and that just wasn't it for me. I wasn't. I was already. I had a very definitive type even then. Blair was not it. Good night. See you on the flip side, my friend. Oh, we should talk about whether you and I want to broadcast tonight or tomorrow night or not. I'm my movie buddy is in England at the moment, ogling swords apparently, but that's not ongoing. That's not uncommon. I would have been ogling the swords too, to be fair. He took a picture of himself, and there's just all these swords on display, and he's got one hand up on the window like this, and he's like with this like mournful look. It's all these old swords, like a whole bunch of katanas and like Roman swords and glaives and everything like that behind the glass, and he was just like, oh.
I want to free them all.
Right? And I was thinking I'd done the same thing. I just stood there like going, oh, so many beautiful blades. So little time.
Daddy just want to sharpen all of them.
Right? I'll just sit here and happily sharpen forever. Blades are in my blood. There's nothing I can do about it. Couldn't care less about guns, but man, I love blades. Have issues. You didn't get to anything. That's something I did not expect, but I like it. The purple really does do a neat thing whenever I do the highlight colors on it. It looks really kind of cool, which is good because this purple is really dark. And I've been thinking, like, oh, it's going to be so dark. I don't want it to be dark, you know?
Yeah.
Man, look at what that green does whenever I put the highlight on it. It goes nuclear in a big hurry. I'd wear this shirt. Except for the fact that, I've never really done good with those belly shirts. Just saying.
Okay.
I was watching one of my music videos, and it was a scene from Macross Delta. And the pilot was floating in space, and So the command ship brings his fighter to him, and it's the VF-22S Messiah, which is one of the cooler Valkyries. But so you understand the premise of Macross is that they're transformable. You know, this is the early days. This is before Transformers and stuff. But anyway, so they drop off the Messiah near him, and he just puts his hand out like an airplane, and the
Mm-hmm.
Messiah starts matching his maneuvers coming up on
Okay.
him. And I all of a sudden I was like, oh, that's what we're going to do. Is I'm going to do a scene where Alex stands up and she just starts doing hand signals and these specialized like hand maneuvers. And when she moves her hands, then I'll just show the star maps, one of the, not the star maps directly, but like the stars. And you'll just start seeing the gravity twisting around like she's actually maneuvering the gravity to open up the thread. I was like, I've been having a problem with that scene for a while because it doesn't feel epic enough, you know. But that feels epic. But that's what happened. I'd been watching that scene and I was like, he's controlling. I remember that. That's right. The Messiah can be controlled by hand motions. And I was like, oh, that's really kind of where the next generation of technology would be anyway. It'd be something controlled by hand motions. It's the most natural thing. You have your hands with you pretty much all the time. Were your hands with you all day?
Was your head with you all
All
day
day,
today?
hey, cat.
Hey, cat, how's it going?
Reading some manga. You know, I'm into this plan. It involves reading manga. I mean, what could possibly go wrong there? There is nothing wrong with this plan at all. It is the perfect plan. I
Yeah,
might be right.
particularly since it keeps us away from seeing sweet dreams are made of cheese.
Yeah.
Did you see that thread on Twitter between Kat and I earlier today?
Nope. I actually do not monitor Twitter generally.
Oh,
I'm on it.
God.
I'm following you guys, but I do not monitor it generally because I got no activity on it. Um, and so it's
Yeah,
not like,
we were being goofballs on
yeah, of course you
Twitter, and she, she put up this poll. She put up this poll about eating cheese from a bag.
You know what? If there's going to be activity, I will take a look because I just ignored Twitter because there's no activity. But if you guys are going to start tagging me, well then, I should look.
But yeah, it was hilarious because we did the sweet dreams are
Yeah,
made of cheese, and we went back and forth on that song, and it was hilarious.
oh, hey. I noticed that Global Comics just reposted me again. Thank you, Global Comics. I love you guys.
God, I haven't even gotten one post from Global Comics.
They don't like you.
Apparently not.
Spock is trending. Why is Spock trending?
Uh, I don't know why Spock is trending.
Neither do I. I mean, Spock generally is something I'm interested in. It is, in fact, Spock.
The
But
readers are made you trend in Mecca.
what?
You got trended on Global Comics today.
I did.
You did, yes, by the readers.
Oh. 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 Wow. Yeah. Well, but my mecha is cute, so makes sense. Like, we all love the Nightingale. The MPV, that is a good mech. Just saying. Oh, well, that's cool to hear. Thank you. Oh, yeah, but David, don't worry about it. The only people I follow on Twitter are the Star Trek actors. So it's not quite the disaster area that one would assume it was. Although it is kind of a disaster because, like, I don't see how I've been trended on or anything. I don't see the tweets. I don't see anything.
No, this was the readers decided that.
I know, but I mean, I see me in here. I don't understand how this thing works.
That's when Cat jumped on.
Right? She's like, that's it. I've had it with you.
So, yeah, good job on that.
Thank you. Yep. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to. Melissa Navin posts, Life's great mysteries. Why are we here? Where are we going? How did it all begin? Why is Nurse Chapel in black and white on the Strange New Worlds posters and I'm not? Like, nobody knows. We just do shit and we don't even know why we're doing it. Yeah, all I follow is Star Trek actors. Notifications, maybe? These are 2 tweets I was mentioned in. Show this thread. Oh, okay, I get it now. There's where I am. That's awesome. Look at who I'm like involved with. Look at these other manga. Look at these other comics that I'm in here with. I'm in this, like, I'm in a nice tight bunch here. That was pretty kick butt. Okay, now I'm reading. I'll keep up on this, or at least I'll try very hard. Shows that I'm streaming.
So there you go, guy.
There I go. What am I doing?
You're being featured.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I got caught up in the reading about people who want Star Trek Legacy and not Star Trek Academy, which I Starfleet Academy, which I actually kind of agree. I feel like I kind of would rather have. Yeah, I
I
need to.
like how you've gone full George on the situation,
I'm putting my butt in the camera.
and you're onto the shiny objects with Star Trek.
Oh yes, yes, that's pretty true. I'll go for that. That's better than button and camera. I'm just saying. In general, that's just the way it kind of goes. Yeah, I have a. That's one of the reasons why I have to. I have to limit my contact time on social media. Otherwise, especially Twitter. My Twitter account is all Star Trek all the time, and I will get sidetracked so fast. You know what? I'm okay with that some days. Like when I'm having a day like Cat's having right now, where it's downtime, I'll just spend the whole day trolling Star Trek and being just a happy little clam. But I have work to do right now. Like, that's wonderful. But can we get to work? Thanks for bringing that up, though, Kat. I appreciate you. Hope you know that. You probably do. And if you don't, you do now. I love you, man. I love you, man. I have recently started telling people I love them because I'm like, that's it. The world, the life is just too freaking short. Can't risk it. I could be gone tomorrow. Want people to know I love them. My partners in crime here, I love those guys. I'm not even on drugs. All right. I feel like that is certainly functional.
You know what? I just realized something.
New music?
We have no music.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Mostly because I still got Macross Delta's Lion going through my head. There we go. My magical girl moment. That makes it a whole lot better.
Yeah, at some point, I need to figure out what's going on with global comics.
Yeah, I'll bet you just have yourself set up in the wrong place. It's like the same thing as to why you get all these people who find your Twitch stream, and no one ever finds my Twitch stream.
Yeah.
In theory, we're set up the same way, in theory. But
Yeah.
we've never had anybody show up out of the blue on my Twitch stream. They always pop into your side, and I'm like, huh, something is not configured right, you know. Cutscene there with Max going, what the hell is happening? Yes.
Are you being visited?
No. I heard a lot of rumbling downstairs. I'm actually waiting until something fell downstairs, and I'm actually kind of thinking I should check it out.
Well, go check on that.
Something did go crash, but it's only because somebody's actually doing the trash like they're supposed to. It's just that they knocked the trash can over. But all is well.
Good.
Yeah. I got 2 new followers today so far from all of this. So something is actually occurring. It irritates me when the internal pictures are not as good as the outside pictures. Oh, not that again. Oh, God.
What's wrong?
There is a thing where they show Neil Armstrong's boot and then show the boot print on the moon, and they aren't the same. These are moon hoaxers who believe that we never went to the moon, and they think that that's proof. The problem is, Neil Armstrong wore an overboot before he went out onto the moon because they knew that they didn't know what the lunar soil would be made out of. And it turned out to be a smart move on their part for a completely different reason, because that lunar soil is super caustic. And so they ended up leaving their overboots outside because they were tracking the moon dust into the LEM, which was promptly getting into everything and shorting stuff out. So Neil Armstrong doesn't have the boot that he made the footprint on the moon with anymore. It's an overboot. It went over his boot. So they keep showing this picture of his boot as if that was proof that we never walked on the moon. It's like, all you need to know is two things. One, nobody'd be that stupid. You know what I mean? Like, if I were moon hoaxing, I would most definitely have Neil Armstrong's spacesuit be the actual suit he was wearing whenever I hoaxed the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's dumb. I wouldn't screw that up. But more importantly, all you need to know is, and it's in the transcripts, you can read it. You can read them talking back to NASA saying, this sand is getting everywhere. We're going to leave our overshoes outside. And then they just left them on the moon. They're still there.
Wow.
Moon hoaxers make me mad. Are you looking it up?
What?
The moon hoaxers.
No.
Hmm.
They're not worth my time.
I'm glad. I was about to actually say literally those words. Though humorous, it's not worth your effort. All they do is make me have asthma attacks. That's like the best that they do with me. I just get an asthma attack.
Really should just finish off this page real quick. Because now I'm starting to get into the pages I've been wanting to get into.
Hmm. What I can't figure out is, oh, that's why. I'm like, why am I getting moon hoaxers on Twitter? And I'm realizing that's because I have it set for you, not set for following.
Yeah. Wow, you are on the main page, sir.
What? The what? I am?
The global comics, when you hit browse, your comic is fourth one in.
Well, we better take a snapshot of it because it's never going to happen again. Holy crap, I am. Okay, that's just weird. Oh, I'm going to take a picture of this, though. Like I said, better save it. Ain't never going to happen like this again. Hey, Alfie.
Hey Alfie, how's it going?
I'm number 4 on Global Comics page, main page. I don't know how that happened, but I'm in the 4th position right here. That's not bad. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And that's all. That's not just manga. Usually I'd hang out in the manga section, but apparently, no, I'm number 4 on anybody. Wow. Not sure what to do with that information. It's a little intimidating, actually. It's a little terrifying. Doesn't work like it doesn't. Fine. Good job, Alfie. That's what I want to hear. Alfie, why are you failing everything else, bro? Why? You don't have to toss. Hmm. Oh, Rutledge. I like the name Rutledge. Ooh, Raylan. Oh, I like Raylan. Especially spelled that way. See you later, Alfie. Hope Alfie's doing okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you need life to kick you in the butt.
Yeah. I don't think she'll have this many ribbons, even if she did. The thing is, she does have secret ribbons, though. So secret that even the military doesn't know about them.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just doom scrolling to the bottom of the list of global comics. Like, I'm trying to see how far down I am, and it's just this abyss of comics.
You're doing something wrong. It's all right. We'll figure it out.
Okay, well.
I was going to say, you're not helping yourself here.
No. Yeah, honestly, if I kept doing that, I'd just make myself more and more depressed.
Yeah,
Going,
do
why am I doing this? Why am I even bothering?
It's not helping.
And that's not the attitude I need right now.
No. Can I get feather on this at all? No. Oh, that does actually work. Who knew? That's fine. Look who's got herself a bright, fancy new ribbon that says you are just starting out with the Unity.
Welcome. Say hi.
Right?
Her second badge is you said hello to somebody.
Right? It's pretty much exactly what it is. She just started out. She's got nothing. The thing is, she does have stuff. We just don't know it yet.
I just passed Winnie the Pooh Demon Slayer. They just had a Kickstarter.
So we are still infatuated with Winnie the Pooh going into public domain, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay, I finally found it. It is so far down there.
It's a good thing you stopped before you went crazy. No. 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 Was it a question? It was a statement. Nobody has seen your butt. So you have to come up here and show everybody your butt. You have a magnificent butt. Everybody should witness your butt.
Witness me!
Witness your butt. Your butt. I think I've seen anybody have a red belt in something. You have a lot of orange belts, but not a lot of red belts.
What is red belt?
Oh, just their ranking of things, you know. Nothing strange, just I've got a lot of orange but no red. Like I've never really seen a red.
Is red a higher or lower ranking than orange?
Yellow, orange, red. Then it's green. No, red is below black. That's right, because it's the ranking of a belt, like a martial arts belt. So red would be just before brown and then black. Or is it brown, red, black? I think red is like one of the highest ones because it looks so cool. And belt rankings came out in America, and like it was all about cool and less really about what you're doing in any way. So now I gotta go look it up. Luckily, I have a thing for that. Right here. Yeah, so it's red, then maroon. Oh, I already have a color for it. Can I help you? He's like, more scritches, less talking. So yeah, over here in the secret we don't talk about it department of Alex is a badge that no one has seen in 500 years, which is the badge of United States Earth. Which she gets from being from the United States and Earth.
That's actually going to make her something of a celebrity.
Mm-hmm. once they figure it out. Her being a drifter is already going to make her somewhat of a celebrity. But the thing is that they assume, wrongfully, that everybody who left Earth unloaded all their information, got vaccinated, got all of those things before they departed Earth to start traveling the stars. So, part of this whole kind of bizarre little world that they're having is that, or the reason why they're kind of confused with her, has everything to do with she doesn't, she couldn't have been a drifter, and she wasn't. And that's part of the mystery. I'm trying to see it. I can do better. Nope, don't play that game. I don't know if Alfie will show up again tonight, but if they do, I'm going to ask to see if they're doing okay at home, because I feel like that's part of the problem. My teacher instincts are tingling. managed to get 13 frickin' stripes. I'm awesome. She would be the leading expert, though, on American history. Someday I'd love to make these ribbons in real life. Not ribbons, but like I imagine them being like acrylic uh, hexagons. So that's the thing, David. She went to space before they went to space. That's part of the mystery of Alex. That's why I said over here on the right is stuff that nobody knows, not even really the military. They haven't figured this part out over here on the right. This is so that I will remember them and I don't lose them and lose track of it, because not all the things on these little boards. So I've been doing these little boards. These are not official pieces of the story necessarily. Like they are official, but only for me. Like, for example, I have this whole professions thing, right? This is like a professions. So it just tells me what my colors are and stuff like that. That's just so I can remember what the heck I was doing. So that's why I was saying earlier that this is a super rare. Nobody's ever actually seen one of these awards. Yeah, I know. That's not the way the story works. So it was today-ish when the Titan War came to an end. And when it did, Earth was dark, which means that the rules were in place that no one could interfere with Earth because Earth didn't understand that there was life out there yet. And there's a bunch of rules before they could let Earth be part of that. And so what happened is the Titan War happened above the Earth, but the Earth was shifted, so it did not see it or perceive it in any way until something happened. A maneuver happened that caused the war to come to an abrupt end. It happened right here in Sol System. So what happened was all the ships that were there, that were part of this federation, they immediately descended on Earth before Earth was destroyed and pulled as many people as they could get and shove in every corner of their spaceships, and as many as they could, and then they evac the whole, as many of them as they could, which was only about 65,000 people, and put them on a planet around Aldebaran. And that planet became Silver Cove. And from there, the aliens then indoctrinated them into the Federation and all of this stuff and kind of got them all together and figured everything out and then vaccinated them and did all of the things and all of this stuff while they were still refugees. Part of the reason that we have sort of this discussion going on here is because Chang realizes that she seems to have all of the things that were prior to being refugees. And no one left Silver Cove until after they were all, until every human that was there had given every bit of information to the library. Yep, so we were space hillbillies. every human had to give every bit of information, everything they could remember, to the library so that they could hold human history, as much of it as they possibly could, and capture it and retain it. And so after that and the vaccinations, then the humans were allowed to travel anywhere they wanted. And some did. We got a couple of groups that branched off there. And they became the 6 tribes of humans, which is another story altogether. The Unity is one of the tribes of humans, but it's mixed with aliens all over the place. By the time we get 500 years later, there is almost 1 trillion human beings. We breed really frickin' fast. With no actual predators or anything like that, I did the math on this one, and we'd be up to almost 1 trillion people, and that includes wars and famines and diseases and pandemics and things like that. So by this time now in our story, there's nearly 1 trillion humans in this area called the HCZ, which is the Human Control Zone. You've got 6 main cultures that are out there, different cultures. We've had a couple of fallen cultures and stuff like that. Yeah, there's one thing we're good at. It's porn. I mean, I'm not wrong. Anyway, so.
And breathing like rabbits.
Yep. So her Unity badge is going to end up being number 1 position no matter what. And I think she's only going to have 2 at this point. But your Unity badge is always number 1. And your primary job is number 2. How many of these? Okay, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 5. So we can have 3. Five minutes. Let's think of what her hobby is. She's into sports because she was into skating when she was. So I'm going to say sports. what would be kind of a universal term or symbol for sports, just any sports in general? Oh, I know. Really? This, this for sports.
That's an interesting question, Guy.
American football. So the most popular sport in Unity now is Kaitak, which is similar to tennis mixed with racquetball.
Oh, so pickleball.
It's kind of like that. It's you've got to ricochet it off the floor and a wall before it goes into a basket. So you have to take the ball and bounce it off of one surface or two surfaces before going into a basket. If it goes directly into a basket, you don't get any points. But it's, spacey things is very much into which is why I was asked. American football would be funny. So you're in base systems. What would you want to do in base systems? Like, you're pretty much an engineer or medical or general science. General science. That's what she'll be. She'll just be general science.
Well, it is after midnight.
Yep, I'm gonna finish general science in a little bit.
After midnight.
And we did it all hang out.
So congrats on making it to the top of the front page.
Thank you. I'm still a little perplexed by that. That still baffles me in a lot of ways, but thank you. I think that just has something to do with some kind of luck. Here we go. Science. The rest of these are all bunk. That's all right, though. I can flatten this a lot, though. And then I'll just clean that up tomorrow. I like she's got a social security number or a social number, serial number of unknown. David, we'll see you later, man. We also had Alfie here for a little while. And we had Kat. I don't know if Kat's still here. Kat just passed out. I hope Kat passed out. We had Sarge for a while. And that was cool. Any which way, it's about time for us to hit the hay and move on. I get to sleep in until frickin' 8:30 tomorrow. I love this thing. All I got to do is get up, get some coffee, and get in here and get on stream. And that's it. That's literally all I do. That's such a beautiful thing.
Well, there you go.
I loves it. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.